Hello students, welcome to Nagesh Karasge Orchid School channel. Myself Priya teacher, and today I am going to teach you science subject for class 7. So children, in our previous session we discussed a very important biological part which is called as a forests. So we learn about this forest, how this form, and also what is the use of this forest, which type of products we get from this forest. Okay. So today we are going to learn one more important factor in our life, which is a biological part or which we can get naturally. So let us start our new lesson, lesson number 18, wastewater story, class 7. So first we will know that what is wastewater. So the water which gets contaminated after various works like washing, bathing, mopping, etc. It is called wastewater. So this is the meaning of wastewater. So once again we will read this. The water which gets contaminated after various works like washing, bathing, mopping, etc. So you know what is meant by washing. So we use water. Okay. So what happens here? So water is going to be contaminated. So what is meant by contaminated? So contaminated, it means whatever pure water is there in nature, and when we are going to use this water, so some substances which are harmful and also which are poisonous, which are toxic, and which are some impurities are there. So these impurities are going to mix with this water, and because of this water becomes contaminated. Okay. And this is the meaning, that means impurities are going to mix with water. So that is called as a contaminated water. So when this happens, so after various works, so when that water is used for different types of needs in industries, at home, or in farms, or in agriculture, we can say. So for these purposes, when water is used and when some impurities are mixed with these, that is the various works. Which type of works are given here? So first on washing, then bathing. So after bathing, because of soap, what happens? That water gets contaminated. Then washing, so when we are going to use water for washing of utensils, washing of clothes, then mopping, so when we are going to clean our floor, or in industries or in shops, malls. So after this, what happens? That water becomes contaminated or impure. So that is that water, it is called as a wastewater. Okay. So this is the meaning of this wastewater concept. Next, sewage. So what is mean by sewage? Sewage is a complex mixture containing suspended solids, organic and inorganic impurities, nutrients, then saprotrophic, and disease causing bacteria and other microbes. So this is a picture of sewage. So you can see whatever water is there, that water is called as a sewage. So what is mean by sewage? Is a complex mixture. So it is a very complex mixture. So mixture of which things? So containing suspended solids. So whatever solids are mixed with this water. So which types of solids are mixed here? So we can say the plastic bags, okay, or some stones and other different solid substances which are waste. Then organic and inorganic impurities. So when it is going to come from industries and from agriculture region, so after that some organic and inorganic impurities are going to mix with this water. So this is the one more substance. Then next one, nutrients. So also there are some nutrients are present like minerals, some such types of minerals. Then saprotrophic and disease causing bacteria. So some saprotrophic bacteria or saprotrophic microorganisms, we can say, or saprotrophic living organisms also we can say, which are not micro in size. So also these saprotrophic living organism. So saprotrophic, it means the organisms which we can find on dead and decaying matter. So such types of living organisms also we will see in this sewage. And disease causing bacteria, because this water is having a lot of impurities, because of that it is possibility, there is a possibility to be there of these disease causing bacteria, okay, and other microbes also. And not only disease causing and saprotrophic living organisms are there, but also some microbes, other microbes are also there in this sewage. So this is the meaning of this sewage, and you can see here how actually that sewage is look like, okay. So in short, we can say whatever wastewater from industries, from home, then from farm, so that is, and in which it is mixed, that some solid substances are also, and organic, inorganic impurities are also there. So this is called as a sewage. Now composition of sewage. So in our previous class we learn about that how we get water or sources of water, then that what is the use of water and how water is very useful or important in our life or in each living organism. We learn about these concepts, and also in short we learn about that water pollution, okay. So we gone through this concept, that water pollution. So in this lesson mostly we are going to talk on this concept, which is called, which we can say that pollution of water. Then here that is why we discussed first concept, it is a wastewater, and another one it is sewage. So why, which are the substances are there we can find in this sewage? So that is called as a composition of sewage. So composition of sewage, type of impurities and examples. So which type of impurities are there? These impurities are classified into different groups as per their structure or as per their appearance, or is these impurities are harmful or not. On this basis we classified these impurities. So let us know first one, type of impurities. First type, it is a organic impurity. So organic impurities, some examples of organic impurities are human feces, then animal waste, then oil, then urea, pesticides, herbicides, fruits and vegetables. So these are some examples of organic impurities, okay. So whatever waste after digestion humans are going to excrete from their body, so that is called as a feces, okay. So human feces. Then animal waste, so whatever waste is there, so from animal, that is also going to mix in that water. Or then oil, some industries are going to make oil, and some impure oil is going to be thrown out by these industries, or by these oil factories also we can say, that is the organic impurity. Then urea. So many times what happens, if when we are traveling in India, we can say many uncultured persons are going to use that farms or at the roadside, they are going to do these things, and also some animals are going to do such types of things. So because of that, urea or urine is going to be there in sewage. So that is also a organic impurity. Then pesticides, farmers are using different types of pesticides. Then herbicides are also, so such types of pesticides and herbicides for the good or for better quality of the plants or crops, farmers are using these pesticides and herbicides. So whatever waste is there, that is called as a impurity, organic impurity. Then fruits and vegetables. So some ripened vegetables and fruits are also called as a organic impurity. So these are such examples. Then inorganic impurities. So which are the inorganic impurities? Nitrates, phosphates and metals. So these are some minerals, and these metals are another component which we can find naturally. So these are nitrates, phosphates and metals. These are inorganic impurities. Then nutrients. So phosphorus and nitrogen, these are some nutrients which mostly we can find in soil. So sewage also there on soil. Because of that we can find these nutrients in the sewage. Then bacteria, various types such as those causing cholera, typhoid, etc. Okay. So there are some types of bacteria which are disease causing. So these are, we can see that cholera and typhoid, these are diseases. So which bacteria are going to cause this disease or are the reason of these diseases? These types of bacteria also we can find in sewage. Then other microbes. So which other microbes? So such as those causing diarrhea, jaundice. Okay. So these bacteria also we can find in a sewage. Then what does sewage contain? So organic impurities, human animal waste, oil, okay, inorganic impurities, nutrients, bacteria and other microbes. So now only we discuss this. Then sewage treatment. So what we have to do, if suppose this sewage is if it will remain where we are going to live, or at those parts or at those regions where the peoples are living there, some animals, other animals are living there. If suppose it will remain there only on soil or anywhere, so it will be harmful, it will cause many types of diseases, and maybe it will cause death of these animals which are living there in contact with this sewage, or also human beings will get affected because of these different types of diseases, and also it will cause their death. Okay. So what we have to do, so that is why we should have to be careful. So it means that sewage is, we should have to take precautions that sewage should not cause any disease, and also it is not going to remain there as it is. Okay. So that is why we should have to give treatment to that sewage, and we should have to remove whatever impurities are there, and we should have to make our life pollutionless or disease healthy life we should have to get after this sewage treatment. So the process, so what is the meaning of this sewage treatment? So the process of removing impurities from wastewater before it can be reused or sent to the water bodies is called sewage treatment or cleaning of water. So once again we will read the process of removing impurities. So what is the sewage treatment? So the process which is going to remove impurities from the wastewater. So whatever wastewater is there, so from that wastewater we are going to remove impurities. Okay. And before it can be reused or sent to the water. So most of the time what happens, industries are going to send or are going to throw whatever wastewater is there with that impurities in a river or in a lakes or in a ground dump. Okay, like this, these industries, some industries are going to throw out these wastewater, such type of wastewater. So it will be harmful those animals or living organisms which are living there, and also for the plants because of such types of organic and inorganic substances which are there in a sewage. So then what we have to do, by this process we should have to remove impurities from that wastewater, and before it can be reused or sent to the water bodies is called sewage treatment or cleaning of water. So in this picture you can see this is a impure water, and by this machine that impurities are going to be removed from this water, and whatever clean water is there, it is going to pass to the next tank. So, one tank is of wastewater and another it will get the pure water, or we can say the water which is not having any impurity. Then sewage treatment, next step of this water then goes to a grit and sand. So, after removing impurities, what happens, that water then goes to a grit and sand removal tank. So, whatever grit and sand, so some such types of smaller solid substances and some sand particles are also there. So, these are not removed properly. So, because of that this water is going towards to remove grit and sand in another tank. So, the speed of the incoming wastewater is decreased to allow sand, grit and pebbles to settle down. So, if suppose first we will going to remove impurities, that time that whatever disc is there or whatever machine is there, it is having high speed and water is going to flow in a high speed. But when we are going to remove that water into the another tank, that time what we are going to do? So, we are going to do speed of that water slow. Okay. So, we should have to slow speed of that water, and then what happens after that? When we will do this, then we can make that sand, grit and whatever pebbles are there to settle down. Okay. So, we will make them to settle down. Then after settling down these particles or these sand, grit and pebbles, we can remove them easily. That is why we should have to do this in another tank. Then next one, the water is then allowed to settle in a large tank, okay, then which is sloped towards the middle. So, here you can see this is a tank where that sewage treatment is going on. So, then after settling down, whatever water is there, the water is allowed to settle in a large tank. So, that water is going to be settle in a large tank which is sloped towards the middle. So, if it is a circular tank, then at the center of that circular tank or at the middle of that circular tank, that is having a slope. Okay. So, why? Because of these sides, of all sides, so whatever pebbles, sand or grit is there, it will go at the middle and it will settle down. Because of that, the solids like feces settle at the bottom. So, because of that, what happened? Because of this slope, what happened? Whatever impurities are there as these sides, okay, at the circular side, it will go to the middle and at the bottom and removed with a scraper, okay, and after that it is going to remove from the scraper. Then this is the sludge, that is called as a sludge. A skimmer removes the floatable solids like oil and grease, and another part is there which is called as a skimmer. It removes the floatable solids like oil and grease. So, whatever floating impurity is there, so like oil and grease, that oil and grease can be float on water, and that floatable impurity is going to removed or it is going to be taken at another side, and that part it is called as a skimmer. And whatever impurity which is going to settle down at the middle to the bottom, that is removed with the part, it is called as a scraper. Okay. Then water so cleared is called clarified water. So, by this process or by these parts, what we done here, so we try to make this water clear, and that is why it is called as a clarified water, because already we removed solid particles or whatever we can say solid substances, impurities we removed first in first tank, then again we throw that water or pass that water in another tank which is going to remove feces and also oil and grease with the help of scraper and skimmer, and then whatever water we are getting, that is called as a clarified water. Now next step, it is the sludge is transferred to a separate tank. So whatever middle impurity, okay, so impurity which is there in a middle and we separated by the scraper, that is called as a sludge. So that sludge is transferred to the separate tank where it is decomposed. So whatever sludge is there, that sludge can be decomposed by the anaerobic bacteria. So in our previous lesson we learned about this decomposition process and also these types of bacteria which are known as anaerobic bacteria. Okay. So also we learned about this. So what happens here, in another tank sludge is going to decompose by these anaerobic bacteria. Then the biogas produced in the process can be used as fuel or can be used to produce electricity. So when these anaerobic bacteria are going to decompose this type of sludge, so in this process what happens, in this process such types of gases are produced and these gases are used as a natural gas to different types of day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life, whatever we are going to, whatever the use of that gas, okay. So like this also, this biogas. So whatever gas is produced, so methane is produced there, so that is called as a biogas. So this biogas is used to cook in cooking, okay. So that is why it is called as a fuel or can be used to produce electricity. And also not only as a fuel that biogas is used, but also this biogas is used to produce electricity. So it is very important and it is also very useful, okay. Then next one, air is pumped into the clarified water to help anaerobic bacteria to grow. And bacteria consume human waste, okay. So air is pumped into the clarified water. So how this is done here? So in this tank you can see that air is pumped into the clarified water. So when clarified water is there in another tank, so in this clarified water what we are going to do, we are going to pump air. So it means we are going to mix air in this clarified water and water to help anaerobic bacteria to grow. So whatever anaerobic bacteria are there, they will grow in this clarified water because of this air, okay. So that is why this air is pumped into this clarified water. Then bacteria consume human waste, food waste, soaps and other unwanted matter still remaining in clarified water, okay. So what given here, so bacteria consume human waste. So bacteria, such types of bacteria are there which are going to consume human waste. Then food waste also they are going to consume. Then soaps, whatever soap waste is there, it is also consumed by these bacteria, and also some other unwanted matter still remaining in clarified water. So whatever unwanted matter is remained there beside this waste, human waste, food waste or soaps, that is also consumed by such types of bacteria. Which types of bacteria? Anaerobic bacteria. Then after several hours, the suspended microbes settle at the bottom of the tank. So after so many hours, what happens? So these suspended microbes, whatever suspended microbes are there, these are going to settle at the bottom of the tank as activated sludge. So the water is then removed from the top. So whatever these bacteria which are consumed such types of impurity, which type of impurity? Human waste, food waste, soaps, okay. So these are going to consume it and they are going to settle down at the bottom. And then what happens? So at the bottom there will be all impurity consumed by these bacteria, and these bacteria are going to settle down at the bottom, and obviously whatever clear water is there, it will remain at the top. Okay, so this is the procedure of sewage treatment. Then sewage treatments is also continued into next step, that activated sludge is about 97% water. So whatever activated sludge is there in a tank, that is having a 97% of water. So the water is removed by sand drying beds or machines. So this water is activated sludge, whatever activated sludge is there. So this is having this in this, that 97% water is added, and the water is removed by sand drying beds or machines, and dried sludge is used as a manure, and whatever dried sludge is there, that is dried, and after drying what happens, that whatever dried sludge we get, that is used as a manure, then returning organic matter and nutrients to the soil. So whatever dried sludge is there, that dried sludge is used as a manure, and also to the growth of plants it is used as a organic matter, and also to improve the fertility of that soil. Okay, so it will get different types of nutrients from this dried sludge. So the treated water has a very low level of organic material and suspended matter. So whatever treated water is there, it is having a very low level of organic material and suspended matter. It is discharged into a sea, a river. So that treated water, it is discharged into sea, a river, or into the ground. Then nature cleans it up further. So whatever treated water is there, which is going to discharge into sea, river and ground, so it will not harmful to any living organism, okay, after this sewage treatment. Then nature cleans up further. So because of that, what happens, that nature, whatever nature is there, it will be clean, and sometimes it may be necessary to disinfect water with chemicals. So though we done this sewage treatment, but sometimes what happens, though then also there we can find some such types of impurities which is having a toxic chemicals. So to disinfect water, so such type of water we should have to disinfect it, and to disinfect this water we are going to use chemicals. So which chemicals we can use to disinfect such type of water? So chlorine and ozone before the releasing it into the distribution system. So we know when that municipality is going to give us water from the tanks, it is going to add chlorine. Okay, so that is the reason. So disinfection, it is the reason, because of that they are going to add this. So cooking oil of then better housekeeping practices. So not only in this sewage treatment in industries we can do this, or we can get clarified water, but also there are such types of housekeeping practices by which we can make to get or to discharge minimum wastewater or minimum sewage. So how we can do this? So cooking oil and fats should not be thrown down the drain. So by these drainages, whatever drainages at our home, so we should have to be careful that we are not going to add whatever cooking oil and fats are there, we are not going to add this into the water or in a drain. So they can harden and block the pipes. What they can do, so they can harden and they can block the pipes. In an open drain, the fats clog the soil pores, reducing its effectiveness in filtering water. So throw oil and fats in the dustbin. So for this we should have to throw oil and fats into the dustbin. Then chemicals like paints, solvents, insecticides, motor oil, medicines maybe kill microbes that help purify water. So do not throw them down the drain. So this is the another way to make that minimum impurities, minimum sewage to with the minimum impurities. Then next one, better housekeeping. Next one, it is a used tea leaves, solid foods, remain soft, toys, cotton, sanitary towels, etc. should also be thrown in the dustbin. So all these substances also we should have to throw into dustbin. Then these wastes choke the drains and they do not allow free flow of oxygen. This hampers the degradation process. So for this purpose we should have to throw this all into the dustbin. Then next one, it is a sanitation. So another process is there, sanitation. So poor sanitation and contaminated drinking water is the cause of a large number of diseases. So a very large fraction of our people defecates in the open, on dry riverbeds, on railway tracks, near fields, and many a time directly in a water. So it may cause water pollution and soil pollution. So this is why we should have to do this sanitation process. So both the surface water and groundwater get polluted. So for this we should have to sanitize. So to improve sanitation, low cost on-site sewage disposal systems are being encouraged. So examples are septic tanks, chemical toilets, and composting pits. Then how we can do sanitation at public places? So in railway stations, bus depots, then airports, then hospitals, large amount of wastewater is generated here. It must be disposed by properly, otherwise epidemics could break. So we should not scatter litter anywhere. So if there is no dustbin in sight, we should carry the litter home and throw it in the dustbin. So this is all about the wastewater story. Children, so we completed lesson number 18, and in this lesson we discussed about what is mean by wastewater and what is mean by sewage, and how we can treat sewage and how we can get clarified water after this sewage treatment. And also we learned that how we can do this clearing process of clearing water at our home. Okay, it means how we can we can allow to drain only a water which is having low impurities. Okay, so these concepts we learn in our today's session. So as I told you, from 9th lesson, okay, so from 9th lesson to the 18th lesson we are having for the term 2, but lesson number 16, 17 and 18 are not there for the examination. Okay student, so hope you understood all these concepts. Thank you.